Hey, everybody. I don't know if this is working now. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, where can you see me? I just got a message from someone that they can see me. So, hey, everyone. I was coming live on my page because I am not seeing this pop up. It might be on Gov's Radio, but not on Facebook. So, I'm streaming from two places because I don't know what is going on right now. Oh my gosh, I don't know why tech is so complicated for some of us. Clearly not for all of us, because many of you have seen some really good shows and people coming through. So there's two different apps that we use, and I was told one was easier than the other. So I went, and then I never saw anything appear. Oh, and then I got a message saying it wasn't broadcasting. So then I went back to the one that's supposedly more challenging, and I hooked that up because that worked for me last time, and now that's not working, and no one's getting back to me. Yeah, so it's streaming on Gov's Radio. But if you're watching me on Facebook, you're probably watching my own page because I'm streaming from two different places, and I'm just going to go with it because I don't know what I did wrong again. The instructions are not super clear, but apparently it is just me. Hey, cousin Tina, Linda, Mopo. Hey, Mopo. Glad that you're watching. So, yeah, so forgive me for the weirdness. Those of you that might be watching on Gov's Radio, at least it's streaming somewhere. This is Quarantine Life with Gov's Radio. Your hosts from all your favorite Gov's Radio podcasts are going live every day at 2 o'clock or 2:14. Whatever. For any show I'm on. Oh, and Facebook. But are you watching me on Facebook? Please tell me if it's on the Gov's Radio page or if it's on my Facebook that you see me. Because I'll shut off my live and stay on Gov's Radio if that's working. Thank you all for being patient with my lack of ability to do this properly, apparently. Yeah, I don't see it on the Gov's Radio page, so if you see me on Facebook, I'm assuming that's because you're on my live page. Okay, so I have like a double screen thing set up on my computer right now. So I'm live on my Facebook page, and I believe I'm streaming on the Gov's Radio page, but not the Gov's Radio Facebook page. Or probably the other stations that we're on. So every day at 2 o'clock, a host from one of your favorite podcasts goes live and talks about their quarantine life and what they've been doing. And here I am. This is my second one. I kicked everybody off with this in the beginning of the month, and we've had some really awesome shows between my first one and now my second one. Lots of great hosts. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Bosey and Rich Rada from the other day. I think yesterday, the days all blend together. They did an awesome job, and they came in the last minute. And yeah, Bosey was able to figure out this technology. I heard it was a pain in the ass, but he did get it. But not me, apparently. I can't seem to make things work right. So shout out to them, two wonderful Long Island comedians that always make me laugh. And they did a show together yesterday. They were supposed to start their own show on Gov's Radio, No Rhyme or Reason, I think it was called. But it got postponed when the studio got shut down. So unfortunately, we'll have to wait till this is all over before we will see them doing it. So anyway, so today's 420 for those of you that partake. I was trying to look up. I mean, if you partake, then you probably just do your own thing, and it is what it is. But I was like, oh, what do people do on 420? I didn't realize there were all these festivals. As you can see, I'm not the biggest pothead. Well, not see, but here. I didn't realize there were festivals all over the place, and so Rolling Stone magazine online has a list of all the things that were canceled and then things that are now virtual. All these great events. I know Melissa Etheridge is part of one, and Citizen Cope, shout out for you, Linda, and tons and tons of other artists are these different virtual events happening today. So make sure you check those out. I'm sure lots of really good live music And yeah, I don't know. I thought that was was fun. I'll probably check some of those things out later on. I also want to give a shout out to my Aunt Linda, who I don't think she's watching, but it is her birthday today. Um, I'm still fascinated by the fact that I found out recently that her birthday is the same day as Hitler's birthday. It just is so bizarre. And I teased her about it so much the day I found out that I had a dream about Nazis, which was horrifying. So I won't talk about it too much, but I am definitely fascinated as I see across from me a picture of my grandmother staring at me, probably not happy that I'm bringing that up. Um, but yeah, big shout out to my Aunt Linda. My cousin Rachel's birthday was the other day. Oh yeah, and a shout out to Benny and Nancy for their anniversary today. It seems so appropriate that your anniversary is on 420. Happy birthday to Nancy and Benny. Benny is a great comedian. Nancy is an awesome personality. You see her all over Facebook. Love her spirit and the things that she shares all over the place. Sometimes she'll do a little show or something, or just goes on live. She's so supportive of the Govs Radio community and such a sweetheart. So happy anniversary to you guys as well. So, yeah. Last night I did my live show. A lot of people had been asking me to sing, and I have this life coach, business coach person right now, part of this group, just, trying to stay motivated and do something. And she had encouraged me to think outside the box and go on. She's like, you're not just a professional on hold, you're a singer, so go sing. And I took her advice, and I put a little show together last night, Songs from My Living Room. Many of you watched, I hope. But thank you so much if you did, or I really appreciated. I don't know, it was so much fun. I was so nervous all day about it, and it went really well. And it was from when I was 15, who in the first Songs from the Living Room got a shout out because he's also a singer, and we met at arts camp, Youve, Mopo. So he apparently was watching, which made me crack up. Good old Facebook to bring people together. And I connected with some of my high school friends that were watching that, knew me when I started singing, and we all did musicals together. So that was a lot of fun. Some of the kids from my youth group I used to run. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see your names pop up. And I know the music tracks really suck, and the setup was not the greatest. But kind of like how I have trouble every day, every week, trying to get on the air here, I have trouble with that as well. I don't know. I don't play an instrument. I'm going to remind everybody, kids, practice your instruments even though you're out of school, because if you want to do music at any point in your life and you sing, it sucks not being able to play for yourself. So practice, practice, practice. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, thanks again if you watched. It was so much fun. I loved it. Maybe I'll do another one. Depends how long we're in quarantine. I guess we'll see. So let's see. What else do I got here for you? I don't know. So the show is talking about quarantine life, what you've been doing. Again, I got nothing to show you. So like Don still took his dog for a walk. And you got to see a tour of the neighborhood and watch this dog do his business. And what else? Mike O'Toole did a great, showed us his house, and his kids were in it, and other people have done the same thing. I don't have anything to show you. My dog is asleep over there, being a good boy, which he was last night too. People had asked where Leo was. He loves when I sing. It usually keeps him calm. And he just chilled out on the floor. I had him blocked off so he couldn't come jump on me last night. And right now he's just chilling too. So it's not very exciting if I show you my sleeping dog. And my apartment isn't very big. It does have it has a lot of stuff, but going through my stuff is more like a episode of Hoarders, not something that you necessarily want to see. So, there's more comments on here. Marley said home month is 420. Yeah, Marley's right. I did read that people were like, well, we're in quarantine, so 420 month, Yes. Marley, I don't know why you know that. I mean, you were named after Bob Marley, so it is what it is, kid. Thanks, Jay. Keep singing, girl. The world needs this. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I really love your feedback. I was happy to see you were watching or liked the post at some point. I know, Kenny Shevlin. I'll sing again, but right now, I already sang last night. God, how much do you people want from me? Kenny, when are you going to sing with me? We could be doing a Zoom right now and singing. Yes, Kenny, this is the radio show that's supposed to be on Gov's Radio Facebook, but is streaming on Gov's Radio. It is not streaming on Facebook. I don't know why, but I have both cameras open, and I'm just going with it because I don't want to touch anything or mess it up. So it's streaming on Gov's Radio on the website. It is not streaming on the Gov's Radio Facebook page, and I went live on my page, so those of you looking for it on Facebook would at least maybe find me, especially if you catch on to patterns, because pretty much every time I've been a part of a show that's supposed to be on Gov's Radio, the tech gets messed up. Because both Eric and I clearly could not figure this out. Hey, Taz! Oh, Taz she's done a bunch of drawing shows, but last week she did one that was so awesome. Oh, it was after Chick Chat, because that was what inspired it. And Bobby Inns as Roberta, whatever, in drag was probably one of my favorite things. Thanks, Felix. Yeah, it's probably not my fault. Yeah! Don't touch stuff. Exactly, Kenny. Kenny, when are you and I going to do... I'll do another live singing show when you... sing with me. We can, I know on Facebook, if we go live from my page, I could, on YouTube and here. Okay, so Gov's Radio and YouTube, but it's not streaming on Facebook. So that's good. So something's working. I don't know why not on Facebook. But Facebook, sometimes you don't do right by Gov's Radio. So yeah, Kenny, sorry, I'm jumping all over the thoughts. That's what happens when you read the comments, which is why I didn't read the comments last night when I was singing. Kenny, let's talk, and maybe we can do even just a couple songs. Kenny is really talented, everybody. Yeah, the Shevlin family has a lot of talent. Do you have karaoke tracks? Yeah, we'll get the karaoke tracks. Did you see my show last night? Everything I did was karaoke tracks. What just happened? I got the radio set. Oh! I hope I didn't just screw this up. Okay, so, please let me know that you're still watching me on Facebook. I don't know what I just clicked. Trying to click on the comments, and I might have messed it up. Hey, Bobby Inns. I see you're watching. I was just giving your drag artwork a shout out. Okay, so... Okay, yes. I think that means you're still watching me. Good. Taz, it's okay. It's recorded on my page. You can still catch up and watch it. Gov's Radio is live now. People, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going to go check this real quick. And then, if it's really working, you guys can all come. It is working. Go jump over to Gov's Radio. I'm going to stop this live if I can figure out what I'm doing. Thanks, everybody. Okay, wait, I know I'm still streaming, so I can't stop talking to y'all. Okay, ending live video. Go over to Gov's Radio, please. Gov's Radio on Facebook. Alright, so I'm still streaming, so I'm going to try to keep talking to you while I pull this up to make sure that I'm on doing the right thing here. I don't know what happened with that Facebook stream taking so long, but at least we got there. Yay! Please let me know that you're still watching me on Facebook. I love hearing my own voice. You know, I never watch these shows back, ever, because I find it so strange. Okay, cool. So thank you, everyone, for switching over. I'm glad that this is working. I don't know what took so long for Facebook to work. Apparently, we've been up on YouTube and Gov's Radio. So, yeah, I'm going to take that as it's not me. So if you just tuned in, all you missed, we were talking a little bit about 420, that there's lots of great events happening on the internet. Look them up. There's a cool article at Rolling Stone magazine that lists all the different events that are happening. And there's an article, 14 Ways to Celebrate 420. I'm sure people really need to be taught how to celebrate 420. But, hey, there's all sorts of creative stuff. Hey, Donna Johnson-Smith. How you doing today? Hey, Joe Staz. Yay. So, my Govs Radio people, it was really funny last night while I was performing my live music show on my page. I see pop up in the corner, D-Love. D-Love, if you're watching, you know I love you. He sends me an invite like, watch now, he's going live. And I was disappointed. Why didn't he watch my show? D-Love, why weren't you watching me sing? I would be happy to support your DJ career. But you gotta, what is it called? Like, give and take. It made me laugh. I also realized from doing all this, I say chillin' all the time. Like D-Love, buggin', chillin'. Maybe that's why, I have a soft place in my heart for him. We have a lot in common. So, yeah. I don't know. It's like, okay, so other hosts maybe can tell you this too. I know you're supposed to keep, like, your personality face on and not show your, like, woe and frustration, but this is quarantine life, right? So it's all about... keeping it real. And I got to tell you, I love Govs Radio. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. It's been so much fun doing these shows, whether it's Chick Chat Wednesday or Quarantine Life. But man, is it rough, the technology stuff. Chick Chat Wednesday, which is presented by Knock 'em Dead Comedy, and part of Govs Radio will be doing our show again on Wednesday. But what is going to happen with the tech? Something that happens with like the app that we use and like zooming in, and then like because my Wi-Fi signal is not that good, everything somehow shuts down. And yeah, it's really frustrating, and I'm not sure what to do about it. And we're 2 days away from the next Chick Chat. It's like a freaking scavenger hunt, these live videos. Yeah, especially when I am running them, right? Hey, Robin. Hey, Rich. Hey, someone from Dubai. Awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody. Rich Rada, I was giving you a shout out when I started this 15 different streamings. Sorry, Dubai person. I didn't want to pronounce your name wrong and sound like a total jerk. So I sounded like a jerk anyway. Acknowledging that I couldn't pronounce your name. So, Rich Rada, you and Jeff Bosey did a great job the other day. Your dynamic is awesome. I can't wait for you to have your show when we get back in the studio. I'm so looking forward to those days, and these tech problems will be over. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So, let's see. So, all right. So, other quarantine life stuff. So, if you didn't hear me in the beginning of the show, I... do not... Oh, and I have people watching that I don't know. My name's Danielle Asher. I don't think I ever said that. I'm a co-host of Chick Chat Wednesday as part of Govs Radio, 11 o'clock every Wednesday. So hello to people that are new to me, probably not new to Govs Radio. So this show, Quarantine Life, is all about what we're doing, showing the face behind the host. I have a very small place. I don't have children to jump all over me. I don't have anything. I'm just getting a text message from my friend who wants me to tell her if I need anything from ShopRite. I don't. I need mozzarella cheese, but I don't know what else to say. I'm glad everyone knows that now. So yeah, there's nothing, no kids are going to jump on me. There's nothing to give you a tour of, but some real behind the scenes shit, trying to deal with bills. I'm one of the fortunate people that was able to get my unemployment worked out early. I feel terrible for all the people still waiting and haven't been able to get on. It is a complete shit show. I know they're doing their best. I'd like to assume that anyway. And yeah, but woo, I feel really bad for those that haven't gotten on. Very disappointed with the fact that they've shut down programs that help people. There's a program that helps you if you want to become self-employed, and it doesn't affect your unemployment. What a great thing for now for people that want to be innovative and try to like build a business, because we don't know if we have jobs to go back to or what's going to happen when this is all over. But nope, you're not allowed to even not get paid for work because it's considered work. And so, unfortunately, they shut down the program, which I think sucks, and they give no explanation. I mean, I can assume it's because employees have to be moved around to work on the other unemployment problems and whatnot, signing up and whatever. But just disappointing. I like talking about this stuff because I'm an advocate, and I feel like, we need to be talking about this. I think if this time does not make you think about who you're going to be doing business with and working with going forward, seeing how customers are being treated, seeing how people are being treated. And I know, my credit card companies, my auto loan, are they doing the best they can? They're doing something. It's nice to have a deferred payment, but when you're still incurring interest, I think that's really lame. That's really atrocious to do to people. And I'm finding that with most companies, it's not like they hold your interest. Maybe I just have some really shitty banks that I'm signed up with. Hey, Georgia Rose, thank you. Good to see you on here. So that's some of the real life stuff going on that I find very frustrating, but try not to let it get me down. I think most of you see I'm a pretty upbeat, giddy, silly person. It could be hard. I live alone. It's me and my dog, who, thank God for my dog. But it could be really hard. And when I'm trying to work out the stuff with the bills and the getting frustrated because I want to do something to be innovative with my professional career going forward, and I'm being told I can't do anything, that stuff is just, I don't know, excuse my language, but horseshit. Really frustrated and trying to get answers. So it's like a balance, and I'm sure a lot of people are feeling that. You go up and down all day. There are days where I'm so blah or frustrated, and then I'm happy and doing yoga again, or spending a lot of time talking to family and friends. And a lot of people are saying that it's been a really nice time to reconnect. I've been having a weekly chat with my 3 nephews and my niece, or something like that, because they don't always get on, but they call me Nunu, so it's Aunt Nunu time. And that's been awesome. I love, love, love that. It is one of the highlights of my week. And it's kind of like this. Like, we might all jump on the camera for a minute and everyone's just doing their own thing, but just to touch base and check in. It's been my favorite aspect of this time, probably. And lots of happy hour dates with friends, and that part has been really cool. Those are the good things, and you got to figure out how to keep going, one way or another. I know, Felix, right? Dubai. Shout out to that Dubai person. That's pretty cool. Who knows where people are coming in from all over the place. So on Wednesday night, Mandy and Bonnie have their show Three's Company. And shout out to Mandy and Glenn for doing their quarantine life the other night. Not a 2 o'clock spot, but they did a great job. Mandy got her husband on screen with her. They did awesome. But so Three's Company, they had put out a call to the viewers about embarrassing moments. And it was so funny because at first I couldn't think of anything, and then it finally occurred to me a funny story that happened not that long ago. And so I type it in, and they didn't see it, and they're like, oh, type it again. So I type it again, they still didn't see it, and then that was it. And I said, all right, you know what, I'll share it on Monday. And they did eventually find it afterwards. I think they posted it on their page, and that made me crack up too. But here's my embarrassing story. Thanks to Three's Company. And Linda, I don't know if you're still watching, because you're going to be brought into this. So you hear me talk to my friend Linda and her son Marley. The 3 of us took a ride out to the powwow out at Shinnecock Reservation that happens every Labor Day weekend. Great festival if you've never been. You learn a lot about Native American culture on Long Island and in general. And there's also amazing vendors and awesome food. Oh my God, the Mexican corn. It's one of my favorite things. So it is a really, really nice event. And we're there. And what it is basically like this giant, open ground. And there's like a stage area. So people put their blankets out or their, beach chairs, whatever. And so I think we had a blanket out. And it was a really hot day. And I had on a very thin, light sundress. My favorite sundress. And I had a backpack. So when we get up to leave, and now there's tons of people. I mean, tons of people come to this. And they are everywhere. So we get up to leave, and I put my backpack on. And we start walking through all these people. Hundreds of people. Hundreds of people. The place is packed. You have to walk through people's blankets and chairs to get back to the parking lot. And then you have to walk through this very long parking lot. And I'm walking, and I'm okay. In fairness to Linda and Marley, they were on either side of me, and a little in front of me. But you're looking around as you're walking. I just don't know that I believe them that they didn't know this happened. So all of a sudden, I feel a little breeze, and at that exact same moment, I hear a woman behind me going, "Ma'am, ma'am," and I'm like, oh my God, what? And then I reach back. And sometimes if you're wearing a dress or something, and obviously men, you can't relate to this, but maybe the dress gets tucked in a little bit, a little side of your cheek is showing. Nope. The entire back of the dress is tucked into the backpack. I mean, the entire dress. I mean, I don't know how it was covering the front, but thank God it at least was doing that. So my ass was completely hanging out. Fortunately, I was wearing underwear. It was pink with black tiny polka dots. So maybe people could have thought I was wearing a bathing suit. I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. And I was so... I have learned to laugh at myself over the years. I laughed a lot, and I also told Linda that she was being demoted from best friend to the woman who drove me to the festival. And, Marley, maybe he gets a little bit of a pass because, as a teenager, maybe he was embarrassed to be like, hey, Danielle, your ass is hanging out. But that was pretty embarrassing. But it is what it is. I survived. And if people liked what they saw, cool. I hope you did. I hope you all got the show. I'm sure if you Google, women's underwear at Powwow, there's probably a picture or a video of me out there somewhere. So, and thank you to the lady that was walking behind me that screamed out to try to get my dress back down for me. That was very nice. So Felix, he said, I got lost at the festival when I was 6. Oof, that is not a place you want to get lost. There are a lot of people there. Holy cow. So, let's see, what time is it? Well, we are coming to the end of quarantine life. I'm glad to see all these little laughing faces. It's on a delay, so I'm glad you're laughing at my stupid, embarrassing story. Erica can relate. When you say Erica, do you mean Eric? And do you mean about... See, it's so funny. When I've watched the shows before, I'm always like, why don't you understand the comments? But there's a delay. And again, you're the board op now. You're the host. You're managing all these things, and then the comments are coming up, and you're like, wait, what was that in reference to? So I don't know what that one was in reference to, Mom. Erica can relate. You'll have to tell me. I'm sure it's going to be one of those moments that I realize. So another thing about quarantine life, so I have this book that I've been wanting to read, Daring Greatly. It's Brene Brown, who's known to be very positive and encouraging for you to be a leader and whatever. And I was like, okay, now's a good time. I can't do what I want to do professionally, so let me just do those, personal things that get me ready. And so I carry this book around with me. I think I'm going on week 3. Maybe I've read a page. Don't be fooled by where the bookmark is. I just carry it around all day, every day, and have not actually read it. So I don't know. Maybe I need another book, but I'm trying. Felix, not so bad. My parents lost me at the Shinnecock Festival, 1966. Wow, Felix, I am so glad they found you. Unless another set of parents picked you up and you had a new family that was better. I'm not sure. But I'm glad you're okay. And I wasn't born yet. I'll just say that. So I also wanted to recommend getting a dress wedgie. Oh, Erica can relate to the dress wedgie. Yeah, probably. We could talk about it on Chick Chat on Wednesday. So I wanted to just tell people about this book if you don't know. This is my serious moment of the broadcast. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. So I'm a big believer in taking this time to really work on yourself. I know people are bored and frustrated and not, and I say this with complete respect to families, but like not as fortunate as me to be. I'm here alone, so like in one way that's like, oh my God, being alone is horrible, but in another way it's like a blessing. I really, personally, I mean, I don't want to be alone, but I like my independence. So having just me and Leo here has been very nice in a lot of ways. And I know, it's hard when you're quarantined to get space from one another, so that could be a real challenge. Hey, Ken Pichelle. So I wanted to say, I'm a big believer in like taking this time to really, self-care and like find, no matter what it is, like whatever your thing is that you do, like just be doing it in this time because it's such a hard time and we need to be taking care of ourselves. And so I brought this book up because I just think like it is something everybody should live by. And the sum up of it is, right? So the four agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. It is just a really, look, it's very thin. And I saw George in the comments, audiobooks, totally a good idea. Listen to an audiobook if you don't like to read. Or for me that carries a book around all the time, I could be playing it in the room. But yeah, it's just a really short but profound book to like have some self-reflection. And like it really applies to us now. Like we live in a really fortunate society where if you are in a position where things come easy for you, or you've been fortunate enough to have make a good living and have savings and all these things, like we take for granted of like how many things we have, right? That's why people were buying tons and tons of toilet paper and leaving so many people without it. And so this book is great because it reminds us that like sometimes things don't work out. Like don't take it personally. Don't make assumptions about why things are happening. Maybe you called someone and they haven't answered the phone and you're pissed because you're like, well, you're home. I know you're home. Answer the phone. But maybe that person's having a bad day. Maybe they're doing yoga. Maybe they're in their garden. Maybe they went for a walk. Maybe they just don't feel like picking up the phone, and it's probably not personal. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone is into that kind of stuff. I'm glad George is watching because I know I at least have one person who appreciates my request, my suggestion. And if you've read it before, read it again because it's one of those books you should read over and over and over again. It's funny because I haven't been reread it not that long ago, but someone in my group I mentioned earlier, I don't know if it was when we were streaming on Govs or not, but I'm in this little I have a life coach, business coach, but it's like not exactly business. It's more about self-growth and stuff like that. Hey, Robin Eve, yes, everyone should read that book. See, Robin, you're with me. Robin and I think very much alike as well. But yeah, so it came up in that group. And again, that's the kind of thing like I know I've been doing to keep my sanity. I'm part of this group of women, which wasn't meant to be women, just happens to be women that sign up for it. Hey, Jeff Bosey. But like, it's so great. Like, we're just talking about ideas, and that's why I did the show last night. It was my coach that encouraged me to think outside the box. I'm feeling, if you know me, you know I am, my work is my life. I don't have a good work personal life balance. I am very driven by my work and what I do. And so being out of work and then being told by unemployment, you better not do anything because you're going to lose your unemployment. I am so stunted and stuck. And so being part of a group that helps me think outside the box, and like having Dr. Marion, my coach, remind me that, like, Danielle, you're a singer. You perform for people. Like, do something with that. Wrap your head around something there. And I was like, oh, seems like, oh, it should be so obvious that I should be entertaining you, right? But no, because when you're all over the place emotionally and dealing with shit, you're not thinking about that all the time. But I'm so glad that she just put that in my head and made me get out there and do it. And, you know, look, you heard the shitty background tracks and maybe the sound balance was off, but a lot of work went into putting that together. I mean, I came up with the idea only on, I think, Friday, but then from that moment, you know, it was selecting the songs. I always sing with lyrics in front of me, if you don't know that, so I had to like put that together. I had to like set the set list up. I had to figure out how I was going to put the music out. I had to make sure, so again, singing to background tracks is like the worst thing in the world. I'm a very natural singer. I like to play and vibe with musicians, and you know, they follow you, we play together, we sing together. So trying to sing to a track is like a nightmare. And so finding tracks that are a little nicer than others, it's hard. You know, it's really hard. And again, as a singer, sometimes you want to improvise. You can't do any of that when you have a background track. Hey, Benny Rizzuti! Happy anniversary to you and Nancy. I don't know if Nancy's watching, but happy anniversary, you guys. I think it's awesome that your anniversary is 420. How appropriate. So a lot of work went into that show and putting it all together. It was a lot of hours. But like, you know, having a project, having something to focus on is what really keeps us going. So again, I can't do what I want to do in my professional life right now, but what are the other creative things I can do? And last night that was the show. And if you didn't hear me in the beginning, just thank you all for watching. Jeff, if you're still watching, you were freaking cracking me up. Jeff is making these ridiculous comments. And Eric, and I'm watching my mom, like, tell them to stop, and I'm, like, trying to not focus on the comments because I'm trying to sing, and meanwhile I'm like, it's okay, make all the jokes you want. I'm not the one saying these crazy things, so let people enjoy them. That's why I kept saying, Gov's Radio, comedy, my comedian friends, so people would know. So if, like, my little cousin, who might have been, like, innocent. No, she's not innocent. She's almost 26. But thank you, Georgia. Thank you. I appreciate that encouragement. Hey, Tom Galati. Thanks for joining. So yeah, but thank you again for watching last night. It was a lot of fun. Cannot tell you how much it does for my mental health to be able to connect with people and sing and let it out. So that was awesome. Again, we'll see how long we're all stuck indoors. Maybe I'll do it again. But in between work calls saying hi. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us. I am getting ready to wrap up. But so Chick Chat is coming up on Wednesday. Now you know we start at 11, but that probably means 11:30. I have no idea what we're gonna do. There was a problem with you put Zoom into what's called OBS, and then OBS streams through Broadcaster and this and that, and then on top of that, my internet connection isn't super strong, so when the Zoom goes into the OBS, it weakens everything. I don't know what that means. I don't know if we'll be able to do this properly on Wednesday, but we're going to try again. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. Maybe between now and Wednesday, we'll come up with something. But Eric and I have had a couple of really good conversations, planning ahead for what we want Chick Chat to be. You know, I got thrown into it in the middle of February. I was just offering to come and help out one day and ended up becoming a regular thing, which is so much fun. Eric and I really enjoy working together, but we wanted to start to shape it into a little more of a show and not just a free-for-all. So we have some really cool segments. You know, we've been doing the wacky stories, which Taz, I'm going to use your wacky story on Wednesday. But we have a few other Wednesday ideas. So tune in and be patient with the technology. Some of us get it faster than others. Some of our internet connections connect faster than others. What can I say? But keep tuning into Gov's Radio. I don't think there's any shows on tonight. The Wart was moved till Tuesday night. There's no Mike Squared tonight. What else? Mike Squared, did I say? Steve Squared. Sorry, guys. Steve Squared. So tune in tomorrow at 11 for Knock 'em Dead Comedy. And after that, 12:30, Felix's awesome new show. Always enjoy making you laugh. You have a great laugh. Well, thank you, Mr. Bosey. You definitely bring out that laugh in me. So I appreciate it. You need a vase of flowers or candelabra for aesthetics next time you sing. I do. I need like a whole stage, and I don't know. Ooh, Leo's barking. I can show you some entertaining dog messages right now. No. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you Wednesday for Chick Chat with my guest, my co-host, Eric Shevland, and I hope you all have a wonderful 420. Make sure you make it meaningful. Have a great day, everybody. I know you're still watching me. I'm trying to get to my app to shut it off. All right. Thanks for watching.